Hello, everyone. Today we're going to look at a notebook from Midori, which is a Japanese stationery company. They make Midori products, um, mostly notebooks, paper products. I believe they've been around since 1960. And the one we're going to look at today is this little notebook here called the Midori Grain. Um, it's actually an interesting thing because I didn't realize it until I started looking at it that the front cover here is made from recycled uh, leather byproducts. So the Midori Grain is a notebook. It's B6 in size and it's 200 pages. It's ruled pages and it's also plain pages. So I quite like this layout actually. Um, you know, I'm an artist, so I like to sketch. So I'm going to be able to use this for drawing back here and maybe just, who knows, different notes, sort of broken down into little paragraphs. So you could use it as a planner if you wanted to, or a bullet journal, or just for it's versatile enough that you can set it up in several different ways. So it's made with recycled leather and in Valencia, Spain, of all places, Spanish leather. And it's, as I said, a Japanese company. So when you feel this, it almost feels like a hard card in some ways, but as you run your fingers over it, I can feel the fact that it has a leather feel to it. So it's made from, say, fibers and fibers taken only from cowhide, apparently, and it's rub resistant, and the color is color fast, so it's not going to fade, which is kind of interesting. It's bound with a ring binder binding, I would say it's called. It has this nice little elastic for the cover so you can keep it closed. I always like that in my notebooks. When I'm buying a notebook, there's certain things I look for, and this has a couple of those things that I like. For, like, say, a journal, I wouldn't necessarily use this style with this type of, metal ring binding here, or coil binding. I usually like sewn, more formal book binding. Um, but it also is very handy for, say, a little notepad. It's like if you're carrying a notepad um, in your pocket for taking short notes, it's good to have, or on a desk. So you open that up, and in the back, there is also, where is it? So this is information about the company. And yeah, there's different little, I'm assuming that is cardboard, little bindings. And yeah, I quite like this. It's a nice little notebook. So right here, gosh, I wonder if that is leather. No, that feels like sort of like a heavy card. So right here it says the world's Meisternote grain, Midori, has these little stylized bull insignia, Spanish bulls. And right here I can write my name, Stephen McGinnis. I don't, I kind of like to put my name in there when I have a notebook or a journal, of course. And, using my fountain pen, that goes across very nicely, and it seems to hold the ink very well. It dries very fast. So the ink I'm using is Ink Institute Jadeite. So Midori. So like I said, it's a B6 notebook with 200 pages. B6, you're looking at around 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 inches. So it's a nice size. You can toss that in a bag, possibly a coat pocket if you have a large enough pocket. And like I said, it has the first 100 pages, I'm assuming, are lined, and it feels very smooth. It feels very much, if you're familiar with Midori paper, it feels like there's a finish on it. Your hand just sort of glides across it. I'm going to do a little writing sample and ink swatch on these pages here. I'll tear them out later, see how they work. And like I said, I'm using Jadeite, which is an Ink Institute color. Very nice green. I have it inked up in my Diplomat Arrow. So I'm just going to do a little writing sample on both of these pages. See how it works. I'll start with the line just to see. So the quick brown fox. Excuse my handwriting. Let's take a look at. So it didn't bleed through. You can there's ghosting. You can sort of, you can see the writing through it. That's fine. I don't mind that. It's very thin paper. I'm not too sure what the weight is. As you can see, it took a little while to dry actually. So I stained this sheet here, and I'll just go do another little writing sample here. So that's wet. That was my finger being wet. What I really like about jadeite ink is that you get this beautiful sort of metallic red sheen occurring right there. And that is actually still wet. So it does take a little time to dry. And I have found that with other Midori papers. I had a Midori notebook, and sometimes I would have to let I would use a blotter, of course, like just another sheet of paper as a blotter, and I would put it over the writing when I was done. I did find certain colors took a very long time to dry, and one color I found on Midori paper that almost didn't seem to dry in some ways was Noodler's Apache Sunset, but I think that was a specific ink. So we're going to just do a little swatch, and I'm going to take a look on the other side of that and see if that bled through. I don't think it will. I'm guessing it's not going to. Okay. And we're just going to flip that over. It didn't bleed through. You can see the ghosting, of course. But yeah, that's nice. I like that. It didn't bleed through. I was kind of, yeah, I'm not surprised actually. I'm not surprised. Let's see how it did on the white lined paper. Let's see what happens. Oops. No, it didn't bleed through either. So hey, that's really nice. I like that. Lovely paper. What can I say about this notebook? I like it. I like everything. I'm not the most critical reviewer, if you could say I'm a reviewer. I'm a paper fan. I love paper. Now, one little thing I have noticed is there isn't a little accordion folder on the back of this, but I might actually make one. Just take some paper, fold it, and glue it onto the back. Just because I like an accordion folder, because I'm always sticking notes and things into it. But I can do that probably in either one of these pages right here. Yeah, so the world's Meister products since 2012. That's interesting. Why 2012? That's interesting. I thought they were founded in 1960. I could be wrong. But anyway, there you have it. A nice little notebook. If you're like me, you can never have too many notebooks. Or can you? What's the maximum number of notebooks you should have on your shelf, used or unused? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Just a quick little video to show you something I was kind of keen on, and I'm looking forward to using this for my art practice and different things like that. And I'll talk to you soon. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new around here, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. And I'll be doing more paper, of course. Let me know other Midori products that I might want to look at. I'm interested in knowing. And I hope you have a good day. Talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.